What's up, you guys? So in this video, we're going to be going over Micron and why it is down again about 10% today. So for those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Dan and this is Millennial Investing, and I go over finance topics, tech topics, and anything, that falls in between there. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So Micron is down yet again. Now, Micron, as many of you know that have seen my other videos, or if you're new to the channel, make sure to go check them out. Micron is one of my, most followed stocks and one of the ones that I have most interest in and one of the ones that I've done countless hours of research into. And so yet again today, as it's been the normal trend over the past few weeks, is that Micron is down, and I'm going to kind of explain why it's down, at least from what I can tell from the news, and what my opinion is on that. And so it's kind of obscure of the reason why it's down, but let's jump into it. So Micron had an analyst come out today and move their price target from $100 to $75 a share. Now, the main reason for that happening was because they saw that the demand in DRAM was peaking, and that would lead to Micron being, less profitable and lower margins in the future, and that they don't think that Micron's going to be the cash cow that it is currently, and they are discounting it accordingly. Now, taking that at face value, you kind of ask yourself, okay, well, one, if this analyst is now kind of, not even necessarily bearish, but like say if he doesn't believe in Micron the way it is, why is he putting a price target still 60-ish, 66% above its current price target, or its current price, which like at the time of shooting this video is about $45 a share. And so I'm confused. If you think that the industry's like peak has either come or it's about to come in the very short term, why do you think it's going to, go up by more than half, in the next few years? So it doesn't really make much sense to me. I didn't get his initial price target of being at 100 a share. I thought that was a little bit too over dramatic, but if you look at when he put out that was during Micron's couple run-ups ago when it was going up 60% within a month. And so he just kind of threw a price tag of $100 on it, I think just to make people pay attention to him. But that's neither here nor there. So let's kind of dig down into what else could possibly be going on. So, obviously there are issues with China. China, from my previous videos here, there are a couple of legislation issues involving Micron, whether or not people are going to be taking their patents, and they're trying to sue Micron for taking them. And honestly, that's just up in the air for what's going to happen. I'm fearful that, the Chinese government will rule against Micron and ban their products being sold there. But again, according to Micron, even with that ban, they said that it's only going to impact about 1% of their revenue. And unless a detailed list of products come out that will definitely show or will show that in the long run, more than 1% of their revenue is going to be impacted because of this, I think it's just kind of like wait and see. Like, I really don't think making any moves right now are smart one way or another, whether you're buying on the dip or whether you're selling, on this downtrend because of that related issue. I don't think we have enough information to make a good opinion whether it's going to go up or down. So to me, again, I've said that in other videos, it's still kind of like to just hold off, in my opinion. And then, ironically enough, even with all this going on, a couple of analysts have come out and said that, yes, well, DRAM prices have been dropping in recent years, but as the prices declined, Micron's price has actually gone up. So if people think that it's going to be an extremely high correlation, at least in the short term, between Micron's actual price, not the value of the company, the price, and the price that people pay for DRAM, they're not exactly correlated right now. So if you look at graphs, a couple of analysts on Seeking Alpha have even shown charts of it, is that it generally doesn't follow, and that as RAM prices have been dipping, Micron's still gaining appreciation on share price. And so it's kind of interesting to hear some people say that, oh, just because it's at its peak, it's all over for Micron as a stock, even though it's trading below its cash. It's trading below its cash flow, has a really low PE even compared to its direct competitors, is aggressively paying off its debt, is opening up a new firm in Virginia, which is not too far away from I am, for about $3 billion, focused directly on autonomous cars and just improving DRAM and NAND supply. And the company's buying back $10 billion worth of shares. So obviously the company and the management think that things are going well and things will be going well in the future. But according to these analysts that are looking at the market as a whole, they do not agree with that. So, you draw your conclusion there. And I actually read another analyst that came out today in reaction to this other analyst's report. that they said that, well, if everybody seems to be bringing up over the past few months that DRAM dropping is going to lead to Micron's, demise, and that's why the low valuation of Micron is justified, that kind of means that the majority of the downturn from that cyclicality that people believe is happening is already priced in. And so they actually reinstated their buy rating and put their price target of Micron at $80 a share. Again, I think that's a little bit up there. Me personally, I'm probably going to be getting out if it hits about $70 to $75 a share. And I'll do a video explaining that later just to not make this go on too long. But you got to think about it. Like if DRAM prices are going to be going down, you have to acknowledge that the majority of the market understands that. Like people are buying or selling these shares, including that that's going to happen. Like no one's thinking that there's going to be no cyclicality, but to the extent that the amount of that pressure is going to put on the stock, and to the extent of how long that that trough is going to be, is something that everybody's just kind of like taking guesses at right now. And the majority of people seem to be very bearish right now, and the majority of people seem to be pushing down the stock price because they think that once prices start to go down in a major way, it's all over for the company. And so I do kind of agree with this analyst. I think at least 40%, give or take, of the next downturn is already priced into the stock. Does that mean that it's not going to continue to go down exponentially once that starts to happen? Not at all. We could hit negative PE for all we know. Assuming that their earnings drop exponentially. But I do not think that that is going to happen. The only thing that right now I really am focused on debating whether or not I want to buy more shares or not. Like it's entering at a price point it's not too much higher than my price point right now that I could see myself averaging up. But again, just because of the China issue, I'm still kind of on the fence about buying into a company knowing that a fundamental thing could change very soon. But again, this price I think is really below what Micron should be valued at, and I'm getting a little greedy here, and I may or may not choose to buy a decent size and maybe increase my position by another 5% or so. So who knows? That's just kind of my up to date on Micron. I personally think that this is just an overreaction. I think that just because the majority of the stock market is down, especially the tech sector, and I think that because China's been in their bear market, they've officially gone down I think 22-ish% from their past highs, so they're officially in a correction. And I think that all of that is just kind of adding into a very unlikable Micron. So I'm still holding. Again, like this small price fluctuations aren't really going to bother me. The only thing that's going to bother me is the China thing, and if that comes out good, then I could see myself holding Micron for the next few years because I see RAM and solid states being in extremely high demand in the foreseeable future, and Micron has the best margins out of all its competitors. So that's kind of my wrap up. I didn't expect to make another Micron video so soon. I'm actually looking into other stocks that aren't so heavily in tech. And I haven't decided which one I'm going to invest in yet, but I have a couple on the back burner. But then this happened today and people are already asking questions about it, so I made this video. So if you guys stuck around, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll make sure to go over the other stocks I'm looking into and kind of my portfolio rotation based off of what I see going on in the economy and what I think going forward. I'll have those videos to come. So stick around and make sure you check out those videos. Peace, guys.